Hey guys, so we are practically back with another section right now, and I'm looking to like break down the trade setups we actually had last week, right? Now, the sole aim of this particular movement or this particular breakdown is for you who actually want to know how we do trade, right? And for an countless time, I'm literally bringing this to you so that you get to like understand and see how easy it is to like trade off these particular levels. Now, one of the core things which is being valued is being able to like frame the setup and then do it all by yourself and then get to understand that there's always going to be at least 2 to 3 setups coming in every single week for you, right? So if you actually want to like capitalize in respect to being a day trader, then you can actually do that, right? Now, so far, we actually do trade only strictly of the 4 hour engulfing candles and daily engulfing candles, right? Which is being present on the higher time frame of the 4 hour or the daily, right? These are practically time frames we make use of. Now, with all of that being said, we actually want to like focus on the should we say early setups or the high probability setups, right? Now, irrespective of the fact we might know what price is about to do, right? This doesn't guarantee that we actually go about trying to like do random or take random entries in the markets, right? We should only prioritize taking only 8 setups, as this is literally going to be the basis of your profitability, right? So right now, based off the previous week, okay? Based off the previous week, we actually had 3 clean setups in price, and that was literally what we did play all throughout, and each delivered over 200 pips in profits, okay? So going straight up to the breakdown, going straight up to the breakdown. Now this is practically Monday right here, okay? We actually had more like a little range, and this is pretty much what we actually did play, right? Now let's take a look at what price actually did. Scaling to the 4 hour time frame, and my present broker, right? We actually did get the presence of what an engulfing candle right here, which I'm going to switch to other brokers to see if this particular price action was present. Now, this particular price action was literally absent, right? We actually had it being absent. Now, I'm literally just going to go straight up to the breakdown. All right, so we actually did get the presence of what an engulfing, a 4 hour engulfing candle. Okay, and this is particularly the weekly because if you check the weekly time frame, we did see the presence of what an engulfing candle. We did see price running through this bullish engulfing candle, right? So we apparently want to see a bullish run. Okay, now the sole aim right now is to really look out for engulfing candles, be it bullish engulfing candles or bearish engulfing candles. Okay, so this is taking me straight up to the 4 hour. Now, on the 4 hour time frame, we actually did see the presence of an engulfing candle straight up around this particular point, right? So it may literally be based on broker difference that you might not have seen it on TradingView, but we actually did get an engulfing candle being present right there. Okay, and scaling to the 1 hour time frame, which is where you actually want to see your specified SNL level. Okay, we did see the presence of a QML, right? We did see the presence of a QML right here. So we apparently did look out for buys in the market. We actually did want to like play strictly buys. Okay, see that price actually did run into this QML. Okay, now one thing is sure, price is always going to keep presenting the same thing over and over again. Okay, and in as much as it might sometimes be difficult to spot in real time, but you should actually trust your analysis and then know that this is your setup, and since this is your setup, you should actually stick to it. Okay, now with us having this Quasimodo pattern, we actually want to let's scale to the 5 minutes to look at for what the refining, which is practically us scaling straight up to the 5 minutes. That's another level. Okay, I'm pretty much going to like repeat every single thing I've taught you and then presented to you or way back, right? And I ask you just go through the videos. That's every single thing that's been outlined there. Now I actually do have the QML of the 1 hour, and then we actually do have the extreme points, as we actually did not get a valid SNR level nested right here in the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so we're practically going to make use of this extreme. Now, with price coming straight up to this extreme, we're going to be looking out for the presence of a 1 minute demand. Okay, so we actually will scale to the 1 minute time frame. Now, whenever you're looking for a 1 minute demand, the easiest hack to look at for a 1 minute demand, and so on is particularly to look out for what? You actually want to like look out for an engulfing candle in respect to supply and demand, okay? An engulfing candle kind of demand also. So right here, we actually do see where the impulse originated from all the way to the upside. And we actually do see this particular one changing or breaking this high, okay? So I can literally decide to like make use of this. Now I can decide to make use of this where the origin of this particular impulse started from, okay? But for the sake of clarity, you can literally see that either ways you would have seen price tap into the both of them or into anyone, okay? Now this might literally be difficult as I did say every time, but since we actually did take the trade, right? Since this particular trade was being taken, yes, no point saying it's difficult because the same rules apply. And if you actually follow the same rule, you will literally get the same level as I did get right here. Now, this is it. Now, if you did make use of this, first one, fine and good, right? Price tapped into this, played around. If you actually did make use of this, price tapped into this, and then expanded all the way to the upside. Now, the difference here, and the same thing applies, you're literally not going to be scaling in just straight up, okay? You actually would look out for the presence of an exhaustion point. So this is the hack. Now, when you actually want to look out for the presence of an exhaustion point, you actually want to look out for the high propelled to retracement all the way to the downside, okay? So this is going to take us from this particular point where if we ask ourselves, where was the high that propelled the retracement all the way to the downside? This was literally the high that propelled price retracement to the downside. Okay, so it means that every single buy we are taking should literally end at that particular point, right? Now, I'm personally not looking to like hold forever, right? As I have my specified target, so I literally will just scale out on 200 pips and then go my way, right? And if not for you, if you actually want to like hold forever, then fine. If you actually want to like play specific target, then it's up to you, right? Now we can literally hold for as long as possible when we understand um what the intention, the true intention of the market is, right? So when we talk about that, we're talking about higher time frame level. Okay, pretty much you actually just want to play daily level, with daily to daily, forward to power high. You get it right? Pretty much that is what you actually want to do. Now, this is the high that perpetual retracement. And if you take a look at this, we did see the presence of this gap and we did see the presence of this impulse, right? So if we find this entire 1 hour key level, 1 hour SNR level, all the way to having a precise rejection point, okay? So we've gone all the way from this high to having just this. Okay. Now our TP area is literally going to be this high. So now how do we actually scale in? Now, if you take a look at the TDI, we actually did see the presence of an exhaustion point, okay? And possibly move to the downside, we actually do see gaps being created at this point, and then we actually did get a valid shackling, okay? Now if you decide to let scale in straight up from this point, it's still all up to you. You will still do well, right? But for the sake of flipping, for the sake of trying to like grow little accounts, right? You can actually decide to like follow the specific global time frame entry criteria, right? Now, in respect to the entries, we actually have what we call a domino break, okay? Should we scale to the other chart? Now we actually have what we call a domino break on candles, right? Which is practically more like for entries. Now, what is a domino break? Is practically more like an engulfing candle where we actually do get this particular impulsive bearish candle being engulfed by 2 to 3 bullish candles, right? So we see first bullish impulsive candle, second one engulfing both the open and then the closure of this, right? Now, if you're practically not looking to flip, how do you actually scale into this, right? Now you actually want to like apply your what? Your fib. If you're practically not looking to flip, you actually want to apply your fib, right? Now if you're looking to flip, then you can scale down to the 5 minutes to look out for an engulfing candle, and then 5 minutes engulfing candle, you look out for your 1 minute SNL, right? But for the sake of you who are particularly looking to like not go through the entire process or the entire stress, right? You can literally just apply um the fee from the low of the candle straight up all the way to the high of this candle. Okay, so this is where you literally want to like apply it. Now your entry is literally going to be at this particular point. Your entry at this particular point, and then having over 20 to 30 pip stop. Okay, Now, if you're literally looking to like play just the conservative flip, which I talked about, right? If you actually have 30 bucks, you can literally play a 0.10. Price goes against you, you're losing 30 USD. Price goes in your favor, you're practically making over 200 or so, right? Now, my entry being at this particular point, I can decide to have my stop at 20 pips or 30 pips, right? Or 25 pips. And then target is literally going to be where? This high, okay? Now, this is literally for the conservative, right? Conservative flip, as I did say. Target is literally going to be the high or prepare to the retracements, okay? So this is what it looks like. Entry right here, TP at this particular point. Now, the reason we actually did bring this fib entry to play is because of you who are not looking to like play aggressively, right? Now, if you're looking to like play aggressive flips, you actually don't need to do this, right? You actually need to just get straight up to the 1 minute to look at the SNR levels, right? Now, with the SNR levels, you actually have the presence of pinpointed accuracy in the market. Now, this goes off. So we've literally come from this all the way to where the point they hide at compared to the retracement, okay? Having over 100 to 200 pips in profit. Now, this is literally for the first. Now, let's go to the 4 hour time frame still. Let's go back to the 4 hour time frame still. Now, we did see that price did expand all the way. This was literally our entry. Price did expand all the way to the upside, all the way to this right. Now, we actually want to like understand the analogy of continuation pattern stables, right? And let's say price gives us another setup. So this is practically a 4-hour engulfing candle. And then if we decide to refine it still, how far can we go on this, right? So if we decide to refine it, we can see that there's practically no pattern on this particular chart, right? So we might as well want to scale down to the 30 minutes to look out for a pattern. Now, right here, we actually did get the presence of what? QMO, okay? Now, with price giving us a QMO, we actually want to scale down to the 5 minutes to look out for entry. Now, in the 5 minutes, what do we actually see? We actually did see the presence of what? The blind spot setup. We actually did see the presence of a blind spot, right? Now, after this, you actually want to like scale down to the 1 minute. Now, if the 1 minute practically doesn't have any entry or supply or demand level, it's practically a no-no, you get it right. It's practically not worth it. Now, as you can see right here, there was practically no level. There was practically no 1 minute SNR, 1 minute demand, right? You only had a demand below all the way to this particular point, right? Hence, this particular setup was a very risky one to take. And at the same time, you actually did not get the presence of an exhaustion point of the 5 minutes. So it was literally not worth short, right? As you can see, there's practically no exhaustion point of the 5 minutes. Hence, we actually did stay out. Our price gave a continuous expansion all the way to the upside. Meanwhile, first win for the week, back 200 pips in profits. Okay. Now going further, now if you actually did have a 0.05 right here on a 20 bucks account, you literally would have back over 100 USD, and the price goes against you, you're losing practically 15 USD plus, right? And that's it. Risk reward is not bad at all. So let's move on to the next continuation pattern. No, you literally don't need to like catch every single movement in the market, bro. You don't literally need to like wait for 400 pips or so, right? If you look at like play that kind of range, then you need to like stick to the daily levels and so on, right? You need to like stick to the daily levels. Now going back to this refining process. Now taking a look at this, I'm quite sure you can literally see the levels which we did play off from, right? We did see the buy and we did see the sell, right? So what are we literally expecting another buyers of this, right? Because on this other broker, we actually did see the presence of a validating graphic candle, right? So we're looking to like buy, okay? We're just looking to buy what is the breakdown for this particular long, which you did take all the way to the upside on Thursday, right? So we actually do see the presence of what? We actually do see the presence of this engulfing candle right here, okay? And we actually do see the presence of the other engulfing candle right here, which is this, okay? So now we actually will break down the nearest engulfing candle in price. So scaling to the 1 hour time frame. Scaling straight up to the 1 hour time frame. I'm actually going down. Now on this 1 hour time frame, we actually do see the presence of what? A blind spot setup. This right here is the presence of a blind spot setup, right? And this right here is the presence of an engulfing candle. Now scaling straight up to the 5 minute time frame. I'm literally trying to break down the reason for the trade I did take, right? And I'm not literally going to like make it look perfect or anything like that. We actually did take the trade based off what was present. Now this right here is practically an SNRC type 2, okay? Template is literally there in the community, so that's it. SNRC type 2 we have right here, okay? So let's get into the 1 minute. Now, without even going into the 1 minute time frame, we know that if you're referring to the 1 minute, we're literally going to have our demand zone at this particular point. Okay. Now, with all of this being said, what else are we looking at for? We're looking out for the presence of realization points, all right? So going back to the 5 minutes, this is a gap, okay? This right here is a gap, and then we talk about the high that propelled the retracement, okay? The high that propelled the retracement is definitely this point. That's be the high that propelled the retracement. So it means any buy which you're looking to take should be liquidated at this particular point. We should look to close there. You guys me right. But due to the fact you actually do have a pending setup coming up there, you actually do have a pending setup coming up there. I won't be looking to like see price take out to that level. I rather would expect to see price come all the way to this particular point because you actually do have a clear support with an SNLC type 1, but okay. Now, if you're literally wondering what an SNLC level is, you can literally refer back to the community. As videos were literally made on them, right? And we actually have templates. Now, let's scale straight up. We actually do see the presence of an exhaustion point. This is an exhaustion point right here, impulsive movement with a gap, CDI shark fin, and then boom. So literally we'll be scaling to the 15 minutes lookout forward. We're looking to see the presence of an engulfing candle. Now, with this engulfing candle right here, this is an engulfing candle right here. You actually want to like take your entry, apply the fib still to this particular point, right? Then where's our entry going to be? Entry going to be at 50%, which is literally at this point. You get me right? But and I keep saying this that this is literally easy, bro. This is literally easy. There's literally nothing complicated about this particular method. Now we see entry of this particular point TP is practically going to be 200 pips, and this is literally not even the high that prepared the retracement yet. Going all the way to the high that prepared the retracement, this is practically over 300 pips, right? So this is how we actually do approach the market, bro. This is how we do approach the market. Now, on a 50 boss account, with the first entry right here, okay, you're risking 30 USD to make 200. Price goes in your favor, you actually have 200. You're risking 30 bucks right here, or 25 bucks to make 200, or the high that prepared the retracement, right? Price goes in your favor, you've made 200 still. So that's literally off a 50 USD account. We're making about 400, and that's practically 450, right? So you're practically risking what you're literally comfortable with losing, right? Now, if we literally take a look at conservative flipping, if with a 50 bucks account you've gone from 200 to 250 and then 250 to 400, right? To 450, right? How about you think about it in this format? Like 200 right here, and then you decide to risk $100 right here out of the 200. And you still have over 150 reserved in your account, right? So price moves in your favor, and then you're practically having, let's say you practically make use of a 0.20. Okay, so you're practically risking over 60 USD, okay, and then with the 0.30, you're risking 90 USD. So let's say 90 USD, and then price goes in your favor, right? 200 pips. You literally know that you're going to be having over a good ROI of a 50 USD account, right? Now, the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of you actually depend on signals, which, as I did say, right, your aim is to earn and learn, okay? So you might not necessarily get signals every single day, okay? You might not necessarily get signals every single day, and this is 2024, so we're literally about to enter a new quarter, a new year. So imagine waiting on signals even in 2025, which is fucking retarded, right? So I don't think it's going to be advisable to do something like that, right? You actually have the opportunity to learn how I do the same thing. You get me right? So on a 0.30, you actually have 200 pips, which is basically giving you 600 USD, okay? Now you actually have to be comfortable with this profit margin or ROI, right? And the same thing applies on bigger accounts. So on this preferred half, this is 200 pips, right? So you actually have $600 of this particular account, $200 of this particular one. So of a 50 USD, you're having over 600, 700, 800 USD. Okay, 800 USD, and then if you put all the way to this target, which is this high, then you know how much you might have made, right? Uh, um, I literally love going for 200 pips, right? No matter what. And then this is not because of the fact that we can't actually hold more, right? But because we actually following a strict discipline and a strict plan. And price goes over 200 pips, you're making 600 USD. And if you're looking to like just risk a little bit, you're going to have over just 30, you're going to have over 200 again. That's practically 450, right? Now, we actually do see this next setup. This is a next setup, right? This is another setup. This is practically a 4-hour engulfing candlestick. So we've actually had buys over here, okay? Again, we are particularly looking to see the next one come into play, right? So even if you're literally starting with a 10 bucks account, bro, like you're literally going to smash it, okay? So on a 0.05, 20 pips risk, and then price goes in your favor, that's practically 100 USD, okay? Only $10 accounts, I mean. And then 100 USD, bro, like you decide to like risk 50 or 30 and the next setup, bro, like roughly 10 USD, bro, you're making um over extra $200 if price goes in your favor, right? That's practically you having over 300 USD of a 10 USD. And then you run some repeat, bro. Like that is pretty much for it. This concept actually has a very crazy high win rate. Okay, so you hardly will take losses, but if you take losses, then following this a setup, then it should definitely be just a normal loss. But if you actually go outside the boundaries of this particular concepts to take the random trades because you understand where price is moving, then whatever comes is literally you just have to like do it to get me right. Now this is it for our engulfing candle, and let's break this down real quick. 1 hour QML, okay? Now you can literally look at the 1 hour QML. It's practically present, and if you scale to the 5 minutes time frame, okay? If you scale to the 5 minutes time frame, you actually just see the presence of a QML manipulation, right? So when we talk about a QML manipulation, we're particularly looking at the fact that this high came all the way to this particular point, right? And then it literally failed to like give us what we actually expected. This is the high, low, and then we see high. We actually did not see a lower low right here. Okay. Now scale to the 1 minute, you will definitely see the presence of a demand, a supply level, right? Now, with the presence of a supply level, let's apply the TDI, and then we actually want to see impulsive movement all the way to the upside. We actually did see a crazy sharp trend right there with extension, right? And with that being present, you don't literally just hop in as we usually do say, right? You wait for the presence of what? You literally wait for the presence of a clean supply. Now, take a look at this. We actually did not get any valid setup right here. Getting right, we actually did not get the presence of any valid one. Now, we actually did see the engulfing candle presence right here, but we failed to like take it, right? We literally did not take it. And this particular price action was a little bit different from a lot of brokers, right? So we see this broker, we were actually having all of this, right? But only one broker did show us that there was practically none of this, hence we actually did go with a valid one, right? Now, we did see an engulfing candle on this particular time frame. Now, scaling all the way to the 5 minute time frame, you actually want to see an engulfing candle stay at that particular point, right? And with price giving us that engulfing candle, we scale to the 1 minute, we're literally going to see the presence of an SNL level, right? Which is what we actually have right here. And if you take a look, this is practically a QRL, right? Now, going back to the 5-15 minutes, if you're practically looking to just kill in with the fibs, which I literally did, right? I literally did catch this particular shot. If you're looking to like scaling with the fibs, right? You apply the fibs from the high to the low, right? You apply from the high to the low. Now with the fibs being applied from the high to the low, my entry is going to be at this particular point, and then I'm literally going to be looking to make use of a 30 pip stop. You get me right? 30 pip stop right here, and this is it. Now you're actually going to have price tanking all the way to 200 pips. And if you apply the same concept, you actually have 600 bucks or over 800, and then you're scaling right here, you're risking 100, right? Or 200, more based on you, right? So you pretty much would have flipped a 50 USD. So you literally don't need to like go risk every single thing straight up, right? If you decide to play it based off the conservative way, you're going to bank. If you decide to go aggressively, you're still going to bank, right? But all of this is literally going to be based on your personality and who you are as a trader. So with this being said, I hope you all are ready for the week and a quick foresight into what I'm literally expecting for the week, right? So on this particular note, we actually do see what we do see the presence of a 4 hour engulfing candle, right? Like this is not a clean one. All right, we actually do see the presence of a 4 hour engulfing candle right here. This is still not clean. All right, so this is literally not a clean engulfing candle. So on the daily, still not a clean one. Still not a clean one. And still not a clean one. Okay. Now you'll notice that I just don't take my trade straight off, right? Now we actually do have for our daily level, daily income, right? The minimum break, right? And if you scale to the 4 hour, pretty much you're going to have the same levels which we actually do have right there, okay? 4 hour to 4 hour right there, 4 hour to 4 hour right, okay? And then you scale to the lower time frame, 1 minute exhaustion, 1 hour exhaustion point was present. So pretty much we're like all these shit are literally very easy. 1 hour exhaustion point right here. Impulsive movements, you actually want to see price come pull up this gap and then this gap, right? Price gives you this particular setup, and then you look to the 15 minutes time frame or the 5 minutes time frame to like play off your setup. Okay. Now price fails to give a valid engulfer 1 minute SNR and so on, which is why no entry was taken off this particular zone, right? So that is it, guys. But with all of this being said, I hope you understand that this is literally not hard at all, and that this is very easy because this is literally very easy. You actually have no excuse, and then no one actually has any excuse to why they are not profitable and so on, right? So that is it, guys. Hopefully, you all are ready for the week. I'll keep you all updated on the setup we actually look at for, and I hope you all do get some back on it. Stay safe, guys.